Hello and welcome to Exothermic Plays Games. I'm Exothermic and the date today is Thursday, February 8th, 2024. That means it's the 39th day of ranking my favorite video games through each day of the year. Coming in at number 328 is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Before I get into too much detail here, I need to mention that the PC and console versions of the game had some structural differences, including the pacing and layout of the story and levels. Since it's what I played as a kid, I played the PC version for this footage. In the game, you roughly and very quickly follow the plot points of the first book/film of the Harry Potter franchise. A lot of the ways that characters interact with you aren't accurate to source material at all, but you still get a lot of the most important plot points. You play as Harry and go to Hogwarts to learn how to do magic. The game mostly plays as an action platformer with spellcasting. Hold the left mouse button to cast spells, jump with the right mouse button, move around with the WASD keys or the arrow keys. There's some light exploration available, but it's extremely light. Once you get access to the unlocking spell, Alhambra, you can start finding hidden openings in walls and bookcases, for example, to gather items. The hidden items you can collect are largely in the form of famous witch or wizard cards that you would get in the chocolate frog packaging within the wizarding world. You also collect Bertie Bott's Every Flavored Beans, which works as a currency for you to occasionally give to friend George Weasley for more cards. Hilariously, they just appear from places, like through openings and walls, clearly using the Marauders map, even though that won't be introduced to the story for another 2 years. The pacing of this game is wild as you run from class to class, quickly learning your spells, and then run straight into trouble with no stops or breaks. You can beat the game in about 6 hours, and there's really no downtime to be had. Plus, most of the obstacles that you run into as you move about the castle don't exist in the books or movies, making the game feel a bit odd in that regard. With my complaints aside, the gameplay itself is actually quite fun, and I think it would have suited itself better without being attached to an established intellectual property. The strengths of the game far outweigh the weaknesses, earning it a spot in my rankings. Join me tomorrow as I talk about the 327th game on my list.